well, so on and so forth. So let's pivot for a little bit. So let me read you something, guys. BALI has launched a task force going after foreigners working on tourist visa, especially influencer and content creator. Over 60 foreigners have already been detained in the Nomad Hub like Canggu, Ubud, Seminyak, and Uluwatu. The shocking part, even unpaid promotional content count as work. Even a free hotel stay in exchange for a post is now a violation. They are monitoring social media to catch people, and tag posts from a villa or beach club could be used as evidence. The legal path is the E33G remote worker visa, but it requires proof of about $60,000 a year in foreign income. So this is what's going on, guys. BALI is catching on to the finesse. A lot of you guys out there, digital nomads, passport boys, expat, are ripping the system. So basically, BALI is saying that you all going there on a tourist visa. I was there a few weeks ago, and the tourist visa up on entry was like $35 per person, right? And you guys going there on a tourist visa and recording all these content, doing promotional content for hotels, beach club, all of that, all the above. And in exchange for these content, you guys getting free hotel stay, free Airbnb stay, and free accommodation. And you guys are violating the terms and the conditions of the tourist visa, because you guys, in the authorities' eyes over there in BALI, they see you guys working, which you guys didn't come in go over there on a work visa. You're on a tourist visa, so you should like really adhere to the terms and the conditions of the visa. And I've seen it, guys. I've seen it. When I was there in BALI a few weeks ago, I spoke to a guy. He's a content creator, and he was just, the finesse was, you reach out to these hotels, reach out to these beach clubs or whatever it is, and say, hey, I do content, I could give you a free promo. And then they record a couple of videos, post it up on social media, tag the place, give the place good reviews, and you out of that you get a free hotel stay for a couple of days, free beach club stay for a couple of days, and then so on and so forth. You just rinse and repeat. That's the finesse. That's why a lot of these guys are over there for weeks and months, just doing the same thing, rinse and repeating, making content, tagging hotels, reaching out to hotels about their content creation, and it's free advertisement. Well, not free it's not free ads, but it is ads, and you guys benefiting from it, but at the same time the government is not seeing any of that money or any of that revenue coming in from content creation in the country, which you guys, I don't wrong them. I think that they have a point with this, and and it's not only BALI, other Indonesian territories are catching on to it. And as you guys see that they already made 60 arrests and fining people and charging people, because in order for you to be able to do that type of thing there in BALI and the surrounding Indonesian territories, you have to apply for what is called an E33G, which is a remote, E33G is a remote work visa, and you have to prove that you have over $60,000 a year in foreign income, which is not bad. So you guys should definitely do the right thing. But as I said, it's a finesse, and people like to cut corners and go about things the wrong way. And now the digital nomad lifestyle is under massive investigation, and now they're watching your social media posts, they're watching everything, and they might change, because when I was there, when I landed in DPS, that's the international airport in Bali, Denpasar International Airport, I think it's called. I remember the lady asked me what I do for work, and I told the lady what I do for work, and he was asking what I'm bringing in, if I'm having like electronics, cameras, and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I have a little stuff. So they might change the game, guys, and they might change the game as it relates to who can go there, and they might up the visa fees, and but they definitely need revenues from, because listen, Bali is a beautiful destination, a really beautiful destination, and a lot of these guys live there for months and months. I met another guy too, and he was like, bro, I came here 15 years ago on a 3 weeks vacation, and I never left. I'm still here 15 years ago. And that's what he does, content creation, all of that stuff. So this is an ongoing thing, and the government is catching up on it, and they're making arrests, and they want some money from this. They want revenue. And however you cut it, you're making a free content, even a free promotional video, as they stated, is violating the terms and condition of your tourist visa. So just do the right thing, guys, and get yourself the remote work visa, which is the E33G, and don't mess up these people country, man. Just adhere to the law and the policies and procedure that the tourist visa stated, and you're a tourist, to go there as a tourist, just do tourist things, and I think you still can make a content, but don't approach businesses and beach clubs and restaurants and hotels for content creation work. That's basically what they're saying. So that's what I have on that topic. Another topic is, let's pivot for a little bit and see what's going on with Trump. Yesterday, Trump is hitting back and lashing out at critics, saying that he basically he's saying that critics are saying that Trump didn't handle the Iran deal and the Iran situation well enough, and he's just firing back at critics, and basically he's saying, like, listen, if you think he's saying basically, if you guys think I wasn't being tough enough on Iran, you're either stupid or jealous, or a combination of both. Because he's saying that this was a really tough deal to negotiate, and he did everything he could. It was going back and forth for months and months and months, and some of the concessions that he provided to Iran are not as great as